Hey guys, what's up? Chris Amos here, the multimedia editor at Winding Road Magazine. I shoot all the videos for the YouTube channel, and I wanted to make a video on the equipment we use to show you guys the cameras and kind of the audio equipment we use to record, and the POV camera, and also the DSLR we use to film the walk-around portions of our videos. So here goes. First off, in the beginning, or the first portion of our videos, we use a Nikon D600 with a 24 to 120 millimeter f4 lens, and that has vibration reduction so that it's a little bit of a smoother image. And that's about it. It's a pretty good setup. Before that, I used a Nikon D7000 with a similar lens. You can pretty much get away with any modern DSLR that shoots video and get really high quality video. It doesn't have to be a $2,000, $3,000 full frame setup. That's about all I have to say with that. I mean, you know, all the lenses are interchangeable. You can use long lenses, you can use prime lenses, wide angles. All this is pretty common procedure for high-end video these days, is using DSLRs. So next, what a lot of people have been curious about is what do we use for POV cameras? So do we use a GoPro that's mounted to our head? Do we use Google Glasses? Do we use something else? We've actually just started selling this camera in the Winding Road Racing store. It's the Liquid Image Torque, and it's basically just it's a goggle that's used for motocross. There's another version that's used for skiing. They even sell an underwater camera. But they're basically just goggles that you put on your face, and they have a camera right in between your eyes. And that gives you true POV. The reason I really like these cameras is because, unlike the GoPro, they're true POV, and when you put the GoPro head strap on, the camera's still 2 inches above your eyesight. And in a car, it makes you look like you're super tall and you don't fit, you know. So the view is a little bit off with the GoPro, whereas with these liquid image cameras, it's perfect for driving. There are a few modes with this camera. The first mode is they're kind of determined by lights and colors. So if you're colorblind, you're going to have some trouble working this. If you're not, though, you'll be all right. The first mode flashes a blue light, and that is 720p, and it's a little bit wider angle than the next mode, which is green, and that's 1080p. We typically only film in 720p, the first mode, which is blue, and then the green, you can get a little bit more detail of gauges and stuff like that. And then there's a purple mode, which takes pictures, and I think a red that takes like multiple pictures. I've never really used those, so I don't know much about that. So that's what we use to shoot the POV test drives. You look kind of ridiculous wearing them, driving around. That's why I'd recommend getting the black ones, because they're a little bit more discreet. For a little while I had a set of white impact goggles, liquid image impact goggles. Those worked really well, but they were white. Now, the audio portion of our videos is really interesting because we use binaural audio. If you've never heard of binaural audio before, basically the idea behind it is if you record right channel audio in your right ear and left channel audio in your left ear, you have two separate microphones, one for each channel, and they go in your ears just like headphones. When you listen back to that audio with headphones on the computer, it gives you the impression of 3D sound. Now, this is because the way that sound bounces around your head into your ear canal, that's what enables it. Enables you to like hear where sounds are coming from and kind of feel where the engine is and where the exhaust note is, and you know, when cars pass you on the highway, you know, in these videos. That's why it feels so realistic. It's cool because I'm using binaural microphones. They go in my ears. So there's a few different ones of these. I think the ones I've purchased and I've really liked and have worked well are from Sound Professionals. And you can just Google Sound Professionals binaural mic and find something that works. They're not too expensive. They're under $100, and I think there's a little higher end model that might be a little bit more. If you're shooting this with a DSLR, some DSLRs will power the microphones because these microphones don't have a battery with them. They're just a cable and a mic. That's it. So you need a way to power them to get loud sounds, to not just blow out the mics and get all fuzzy. My DSLR, my D600, will power these mics. For recording, you need for like the POV portion, you're going to need a separate recorder. So I have this, it's a Zoom H2N handy recorder. Here it is, and basically I just turn that on, set it to external power in the settings. It'll power the mics, and I used to set the gain on auto, and it would kind of adjust automatically. But when I floored it in some really loud cars, it would kind of get all quiet all of a sudden to compensate for the louder noise. So I just left it on manual gain. It's like 6 or 6.5 decibels, 5.5 decibels, depending on the car, and that seems to work pretty well. So that's how we film our videos. You guys know everything now. You can go out and make ones just like this. So go out and enjoy. Drive safe. Be careful with these goggles. They limit your visibility a little bit, but just be safe. Use your head, literally. And yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. See you around.